Zoids onward to war they fly. Metal wings spread wide, slicing through the night, to rain hell down on blue Zoids in their sight. Zoid power surges within their engines loud. Red Zoids onward to war they fly, may fly. Metal wings spread wide, slicing through the night, to rain hell down on blue Zoids in their sight. Zoid power surges within their engines loud. Synth beats echo under glowing digital cloud. Blue guardians tremble as the red mutants invade. The clash of metal echoes Zoidstar's parade. Sea rays got deep underwater with red Zoid might. Fearless mariners in the endless fight. On Zoidstar's surface, red and blue collide. In victory, the sea rays, they won't be denied. At Red Horn's command, they delve the ocean's dark. Mind riders command the hardware spark. Binary vision showing paths so clear. Through the wastelands of planets Zoidstar they steer. Searing lasers and torpedoes cut through the void. Red mutant Zoid armies hearts soon overjoyed. As the blue guardian Zoids fall to ground below. Glory for the sea rays, their strength they show. Sea rays dive deep underwater with red Zoid might. Fearless mariners in the endless fight. On Zoidstar's surface, red and blue collide. In victory, the sea rays, they won't be denied. But now Clark commands the sea rays. Manta Zoids of the prince's ways. United Zoid army in flight. Crush the black Zoid, sea Zoidstar night. Commands the sea rays. Manta Zoid serve the prince's ways. United Zoid army in fight. Crush the black Zoid, sea Zoidstar night. The flying race Zoids built to kill. Sink or search skies and seas at will. The Xenopod Zoids will fight Helic. On planet Z they battle quick. Masters of both the sea and sky. Sinkers can swim, plunge, soar and fly. Made possible with human techs. Turn Helic sea Zoids to sunk wrecks. Loose the torpedoes away. Sinker built them to fight and toil. Tinker challenge the top Helic thinker. Light the night and the depths blinker. The Helic Zoids of old, no match. Aquadon and Gladola catch. Agasuro shot down from high. Furlor lays they'll cease with cry. But Sinker could not stop collapse. Boss empire falls. Snaps, uprises Gylo's empire now. They deploy the Sinker power endow. Loose the torpedoes away. Sinker built them to fight and toil. Tinker challenge the top Helic thinker. Light the night and the depths blinker. Has come, new Zoids fall. Old Zoids return to answer call. Sinker now flies the Gylo's banner to fight the Helic any manner.